Boom, 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 boom. What up? Happy. What's that sticking up? Something in my hair. Way to start a show. Ugh. Good evening. Good evening, good evening. Oh, that's a pain. How was the afternoon? Sup? Sup, DB? How was your day and or afternoon? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I thought a move like this in Tesla would be easier to play. All the moves have happened. Not all the moves, but a lot of this has happened pre-market, and I wasn't here for this one. You look at this chart and you just see how much it's ran and how much it needs a pullback without a gap like this. What's up, Con? How's it going, brother? Yeah, that was pretty much flat too. I locked it in. And locked it in flat, and I was kind of cool with that. Now I want to talk about that some. Like market not doing what you want it to, which is basically what I feel like. It's just been difficult early trading. And that's usually when I make a lot of my money. But this is just like a crazy move in the market with no pull down. Just gap up, gap up. You open up at the 200. It makes the day choppy. Oh, how it did. It looks like it might have done better in the afternoon, the Qs. Let's see what names did. I know Tesla didn't do anything. GME was interesting early, didn't do anything late. Netflix strong. Oh, knocked off a key. It's been tough. It's been a very annoying early morning, in my humble opinion. So, what up, Graph? How's it going? How's it going, guys? Just scrolling through a few things before we kick off here. I'm really hoping for a pull down on the market, but we'll wait and we'll see what happens. We'll talk about the month, talk about the week, and we'll kick it. I know it's a Tuesday. I usually do shows Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Not so this week. I've got a busy week. No, I feel you, man. Pretty sure I did the same or did close to it. Like I know last week I made like my month back, and this week I gave about half that back, if not more. It was just a choppy on Monday, I think, yeah. And then today was flat. It was just like I was just like, come on. Like I hit my max stop yesterday, and then today it was I just stopped. Like I was like flat, and I was like, the market's not doing what I want it to. I'm not trading like it, in my opinion, like it should. So you know what? I'm just gonna stop. And there's a good chance I don't trade tomorrow. I don't even know if I'll get on, but yeah, AMC had some good moves. I traded that a few times. That was one of the only good names I did square once early today. Yeah, I probably could have traded it more, but it just wasn't doing what I wanted it to. Like it was the second leg here, or not the second leg. It was somewhere in here. I caught some of it, but it was just choppy, and it like was kind of harder to play. And then you had this kind of top here, and it just didn't move and not unmove a lot. I didn't feel like sitting in names all day and holding them. I didn't feel I was seeing the market great. Like I saw a few things in Tesla early, and I think we had some good call outs in the room, but it just wasn't great. So I just let it be. Geronimo's cute. Yeah, I remember that one, I think. I don't remember which one it was, but yeah, I remember him calling that. I was like, good call. He thought I was going to gap fill. Um, a good thing he took profits, but he went into here. I think I shorted Amazon when the Qs were going down, and then Amazon was showing weakness, and this is just how annoying the market has been. Amazon was showing weakness with the triple Qs, and then the Qs went down, and Amazon did not, and like Amazon held up whenever that was, and it didn't really go lower, and I was expecting it to flush. It was like in this time frame or something, and I was like, oh, come on, go figure. And then I messed around with some other stuff and called it and went and played with the kids and had to run a few errands. I don't know if it's luck though. Daria, I'd call it just good trading. He just made some good trades. So let's kick the show. Well, we'll see how long or what we do tonight, but let's kick the show off real quick, or the intro. We'll talk a little bit about market not doing what we want. If it is doing what you want, just some little thoughts on tough trading and the way the market has been. So let's kick it, guys. Boom. So market conditions. When we woke up this morning, I said, or when we were on here this morning, I said, it looks like we're going to have the same type of day we did yesterday, which was Monday, and it was a tough trading day, and you had a gap up. Now, there were some trading styles, I think, that kind of can still do well and can still find stuff in here, and in some cases we can too, and we have a variety of strategies that we use and different ways to make money. But generally speaking, we like to play momentum, and we like to find names that are moving and that are in a kind of a continuation pattern. But when a name gaps up and goes through all these A plus triggers in the morning and goes through all these levels, then you're looking at it and you're just like, okay, and the move that you were waiting for has already happened. And that's how I felt the last 2 days. It was like I had levels on all the names that I wanted to trade intraday, and then I wake up during the day and those moves have already happened. The things that I'm looking for has already happened. And if you think it's going to pull down, it's not, because the market kind of holds up. At least that was the case yesterday. And you just get a lot more choppy price action. You're not getting a lot of smooth price action. You're not getting easy second legs to trade. Like, generally speaking, I find I like to find a name that's strong in the first 2 minutes, and then maybe I catch some of that first move. Maybe I don't catch some of that first move. But the second move is also in that second leg is where I make most of my money in a name, because you kind of get to pick what names are strong, how the market's moving. You kind of get your idea of that, and then you just catch it and you ride it out and you make your money. Lately, that's, at least the last couple days, that's been difficult, and we've had a lot of choppy action early. And I feel like I've said it before, and I don't know what's up, Naveen. What's up? I feel like I've said it before, but kind of identifying that early is key. And I think Naveen, Ari, you've done it a couple of times, and other people, just like, hey, I've seen Peacock do it lately. It's just like, hey, this is what kind of day it is. This is bad price action. And we're all saying it's bad price action at the same time. It's like we're all like, this isn't good price action. This isn't good price action. So we at that point, I change my expectations in the day. I change what I'm looking for. I change what I'm trying to do, what I'm thinking about doing. And instead of going into something and looking at it like, hey, I'm going to make all this whatever, I have to, at that point, kind of slow down, or at least size down, because I know in this kind of market, I don't trade as well. That doesn't mean I don't trade good or that I can't make trades. It just, for me, I don't trade as well. So once I'm like, okay, this looks the same as Monday, it's like my tier size is sub 5 contracts now. I'm not expecting a breakout. I'm not holding names for long moves. I'm unless there's a target or a name that just really looks like something, it's like I'm just taking the quick money. It's like you're green on a trade, out. You're green on a trade, out. And the problem with this market for traders like us, in my opinion, and y'all let me know if I'm right or I'm wrong here, is when you're used to making money, and at least for me, if this is all you do, this is what you rely on for your income, if you go a week or 2 weeks without making significant or much money at all, or even going red like some people are, you then get in and you're like the whole, can I do this? Do I need to change how I'm trading? Do I need to hold names longer? Or what do I need to do? I need to catch this whole move. And a lot more stuff that is not good, clean trading can kind of like get into your mind and crowd your thoughts and mess up your OODA loop, mess up your process of thinking, mess up how you see the market, mess up what you're looking at. And instead of just identifying that, hey, this is choppy price action, we're gapped up, we're coming down, the Qs didn't even gap fill today. It's like, what's going to happen? Well, when all those things are creeping in, it really hurts your ability to just make good trades, to just find and identify what's strong or what's weak or where your advantage is in the market and take it. What's your advantage? What can you see? Are you even able to not look at something and be like a lot of times for me, I look at them like, this should be working. This should be paying me. Because in other circumstances, trading a certain way, whether it be aggressive or front running these levels heavy or doing some of this other stuff, it paid you like a massive amount. And now you're just like, I don't know. Like my confidence, like, I don't know what I should do. Like, what should I do? Well, what's the answer? Remember, the market is not something we control. I can't control that the entire market went through all the triggers I wanted to day trade through. What I was hoping would happen in the market was a day or two pull down with a strong finish or start to next month going through these A+ levels that I just wanted to like load into. It didn't happen. Now we're on top of them. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe we just keep gapping up and, the names are hard to play. Maybe it pulls down and we actually get a little bit of digestion and then some good moves to the upside. With some intraday breakouts, not some overnight breakouts. All these companies need to stop releasing their news overnight. If you're going to split your stock, say you're going to do it in the middle of the day, so at least some of us poor day traders can make some cash. And make some money on it, you stinkers. But there are two ways you look at that. You either think that way, and then you sit down in front of the market, and you take your trades and you take your setups based on what you wish were happening, what should happen, and what, like, all of this, or do you just say, this is what's in front of me? It's going to be a choppy, hard market today. I need to do risk management, so I need to decide to size down and trade intelligently. And I know that maybe I am tilted today because these have gone through levels that I wanted to trade. These are rough because XYZ, I wanted, this, and this is hard. This is choppy price action. That's risk management to me. People talk about putting a number on a trade and having these like stop losses and all this other stuff. Nothing against that. I need a haircut. But nothing against all that. But to me, the risk, and that stuff's true, but the risk management is when you identify that, to incorporate the risk management within your day. It's like, hey, okay, I need to change. And Rose did a great job of it early. She's like, I'm having a green day. Me and CT are like, man, we're red and getting chopped up. And then Rose is like, hey, I'm not a part of that club. I'm doing just fine. She's like, I'm, just, she identified something that she could do well. And she said for her, it was sizing down and then holding through a little bit longer of the move. And sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. I think there's a way to do it and a level to enter at. And that doesn't necessarily mean for her that she's holding for the entire move, but she's just not, maybe she's doing something a little bit different. So, yeah, like what DV says, do I need to go back to the drawing board? I agree. Like, the thought is like, man, do I just need to reload? Do I not know what I'm doing? This is so difficult. This is so this or that. I mean, you don't need to go back to the drawing board. Maybe up here you do. I think this is where it is. But the setups are still there. I said it last 2 weeks ago. Like, when I had a losing day, a pretty big losing day, I said I made 50 grand today, but I had a red day. That means I had more than 50 grand worth of losses. I didn't need the money. There was money to be had there, but I was over trading. I was making mistakes. I was jumping in to the wrong position. I was taking the bad setups instead of waiting for the good ones. I was FOMOing because I thought the move was going to happen without me. It was like I I had something else going on in my head that messed up my ability to just find the good trades instead of the bad ones. So how do I kind of cut those things out and eliminate some of those things? If you're in here, who for the trade review show tonight, Andrew posted one of the in the chat. Here you go, something he posted. If you guys aren't utilizing the trade review show and you're having a hard time and you're not listening to what other people saying and people that are being successful and not successful, this is a great tool. Here's one of the, Andrew's post. Whoa, where'd that go? Andrew's post from earlier, this right here. He emailed JR on his thoughts on this, but here's, he's doing yeoman's work, as they say. Here's some strategy, something you can look for. Is there something you can look for in the market? Is there something other traders are seeing in the market? Rose is saying, hey, I'm holding a little bit longer, or I'm doing this. Now, just when you hear her say that doesn't mean, okay, I'm just going to jump in a trade and hold it longer even when it goes against me. Maybe you reach out to people that are doing okay and you, yeah, it has. I hate that. So I'm going to start logging on and just listening to them in my AirPods, but my wife usually calls as soon as I'm done in the market, and then I've got the boys and I don't have, it's kind of distracting, but I need to start watching them and not rewatch them. You can always go back though and watch those. There are ways to adapt. You're not alone. The market is hard and difficult, and you can't fight it. Just like you can't fight the ocean. You can't go in expecting it to be something that it's not. And you shouldn't be trading in a way, or I hope you're not, that one day should define you in either direction. You're gonna have days and weeks and even months. I had a really good January, bad February, and average March, or flat March. And that's fine, because no one month is gonna define me. I'm gonna do this for the next, however long I'm able to do this, as long as the good Lord lets me do it, and I don't want a single day or month to define me. So I'm trading in a manner that will allow me to continue to do this. And if I'm not trading well, like CT's got a ton of stuff going on. He was on vacation and now he's back and he's trying to spend time with people before he moves, and he's got to move all this stuff and all this stuff going on, this outside pressure. Me, I was yesterday, didn't do the show. We're closing on this house that I'm in right now on Friday. We are then closing on my house in Georgia that we bought on Monday. So I'm setting up everything to go here, to close there, and then to close the new house in Georgia. So, I've got a lot going on. I'm actually considering not trading the rest of the week, or doing a 2 to 3 trade limit per day. Because here's what I just sat back and realized, you know what? I don't have to trade. If I don't like what the market's doing and I'm not willing to change, and I am willing to change, but I'm talking hypothetically. If I sit down, I don't like this, I don't have to trade. I can just get up and walk away. It's about consistency and not having big red days. If you're like, man, this price action is junk. No, you can just sit there and not trade. I got a game, City Skylines. It's like some city builder game. Yeah, it's kind of fun if you like that kind of stuff. The the management and all that kind of stuff. I got it because I can actually have it run on a laptop here. And I can have the stuff up here, and I can turn it on and sit there and kind of poke around with it, and I can just hit pause and come back to the market. So I'm not sitting here looking at stuff. Or I'm going through and I'm marking levels I like in different names, or I'm reading charts, or I'm doing a little bit of studying stuff. I don't have to be sitting here watching things. Yeah, zero is a lot better than, a minus, 100%. Zero is a ton. It's so much better to just have a flat day and be like, and then come back and have 3 or 4 flat days. But the problem with that is as a trader, when you stop making money consistently, or you have a few red days, you lose perspective of the big picture and how you're doing on the year, or where you could be if you're just consistent, and you start thinking, oh, I have to make this money. I need to make this 10 grand, 20 grand, $500, $1,000, whatever it is. I need to make this today. No, you just need to be consistent. If the market isn't doing what you want, then you have to adapt. If you're not sure how to trade this market because you haven't been trading long enough, then don't trade. Then slow down. Then size down. Then talk to somebody. Watch what other people are doing. See if you can spot a trend that's happening. See if you can spot something that you like. You know, if the Q's failed to break down here on this double bottom and then it kind of blasted off towards VWAP, hey, maybe I like it at VWAP, and then maybe it comes off VWAP and you're like, I like it short. It doesn't work. Like, I don't, I'm just making stuff up, but maybe there's something here that you like. Maybe there's a trend that you see. And mental is a part of it, because like I've said, it's hard when you're coming off of big numbers to size down to accept what you would consider flat to low numbers or not making money, and you just feel like you're not a good trader or you're not doing a good job. That's not the case. Being a good trader is about being consistent. It's about trading, not making money. You're making good trades. You're buying and selling good. You're doing a good job in the market that the market is giving you. It's not about printing 5 figures a day, 4 figures a day, or 3 figures a day. And you don't need a lot to make a lot in this market for the type of trading that we do. You don't need a ton. But what are you looking for? What are you really good at trading? Okay, you're good at this. The market's not giving you exactly what you want. Are you going to come in and are you going to be mad? And are you going to like, the market should do this, or, you know, it owes me something, or, well, this has worked before, and you're just going to double down on something that's not working? Or are you going to change what your expectations are sitting down when you were expecting something? You come in and you see that the market's gapped up through all of your triggers. It's like, yeah, it might go up, it might go down, but this is going to be some choppy action because you're going to have a lot of buyers and sellers in this level. Like, look how stupid Tesla's chart is today. Like, look at that crap. Get my face out of the way. Yeah, man. Look at this crap. Look at this BS. Excuse the language. This is what happened. Boom. And you're just right in here. Right below opening price. All day. Now, sure, there's probably a way you could trade this if you're sitting in here and you're throwing up some pivot lines and some 15-minute charts. And I mean, but look at this. Look at this consolidation still. Yeah, you had some volatile moves here, but since the gap up in the split news, you're just going sideways. We need a pullback. I might not trade the rest of this week just because I'm tired of trading the chop and I want a pullback. So I'm probably going golfing tomorrow. Not to bounce like on you guys, I'm sorry, but I know Rose will do good, Mitchell and CT. But I think I'm just going to get up and go golfing. You know why? Because I can, because I do this as a job. Because I'm a day trader and I don't have to trade. Sometimes it's important to just remind yourselves, like, hey, market's a chop fest. We need a pull in, and chances are on a pull in, it's going to be choppy anyway. But we still need it, you know. So I'm just going to go golfing. I'm just going to go do something else. I'm not going to trade that much. I'm just going to watch the market for 15 minutes. You know, I'm going to see what's happening. Like, I know when I can trade really well in a type of market. And I know the market conditions that do that. But for the most part, no. You know? This isn't it. Look at this action in Tesla right here. So you're not a bad trader. You don't have to quit. Unless you're blowing out, then stop blowing out. Don't worry about making your money back. And I know that's weird to say, but if making the money back is the goal, you're not going to make the money back. It's got to just be about trades. It's just got to be about smart trades. Easier said than done. I know. Easier said than done. It's just got to be about finding those smart trades. We offer ways to help. Geronimo over in the VTF, if you guys remember the Newsbeat, you know, amazing stuff every single night he comes on. I don't come on every night. He comes on every night. Does a show. Talks. Takes questions. Drew with the Trade Review Show. People doing stuff. People talking about different setups after hours in Discord. And the VTF. There's stuff there. There are things there. You can find ways to be successful. And maybe the success looks different than it does when you're in a trending, and the market kind of looks trendy now, but it's just overextended and easy to trade market, as opposed to a market that every time you get a positive run, there's like, oh, Russia's like, oh, we're not done, like, you know, bombing people, and the market's like, and drop. And then it's like, oh no, never mind, we are, other people are like, maybe there's going to be peace talks. And then it's like, and it's just up and down. As long as you have that hanging over it and the market's choppy, eh. And that's my thoughts on it. And I was thinking today, I was like, I don't have to trade. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with saying that. CT was saying it. Maybe I'm not going to trade until I'm done with this move and stuff. Maybe I'm just going to take the time off the move and I'm not going to trade. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Maybe you do want to trade and you're still having a hard time. All right, size down. Easy enough, right? Just size down. I'm just going to size down. I'm not gonna. It's not gonna be about making money. It's gonna be about finding some good trades. Can I trade really well? Can I feel confident in myself as a trader? Because that's kind of what you're looking for, right? You want confidence as yourself in a trader. You want to be able to come in and trade intelligently and find something. Try to do that. Now, who knows? Tomorrow, Tesla might be the best day ever. Very compressed after the gap up. It's pretty much just traded sideways, and it's compressed right here. Who knows? Or tomorrow we wake up and it's all the way up at $1,200 or something. Who knows? Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. I have no idea. All I know is if I'm in here tomorrow, as opposed to golfing, which I'm leaning golfing, which in that case I'm sacrificing myself so that you guys can make money, because if I'm not here, the goblins will allow you guys to make money, right? That's how that works. You walk away and everybody else makes money. So I'll walk away for the day and I'll send you guys the bill. Sound like a plan? That should be one of our things. Each one of the bandit Mike, I got them named the highwaymen right now. We each one of us have to sacrifice ourselves one day a week so the rest of us can make money. But no, it really is that. And it really is that simple. In my opinion. Yes, there's technical things you can learn. Yes, there are better things you can do to kind of figure out how to make money in the market and to locate on this stuff. But mentally, you have to change. Mentally, you have to size down. Mentally, you have to adjust expectations. And if you can't sit down and have a blank set of expectations, like I have an idea of my trading plan when I sit down. What up, Sufyan? I know kind of what I want to happen. But then as soon as the market starts, it doesn't matter what I want to have happen. I have to trade what is happening. When I'm in a trade, I have like a target, an area I'm looking for. Even if it's just 10 cents on my option contracts, it's like I kind of know what I'm looking for. But as soon as I get in it, if it doesn't do what I want it to and the market's changing, then I'm not going to hold for that level or that target. You got to be fluid. And I think it's best to be fluid mentally. And it's tough to do, and it's tough right now because you look at the daily chart in Tesla, you look at the daily chart in some of these names, and you're like, I should be up so much, and I should be killing it here, and I'm not, And you look at other stuff, and like, oh, I wasn't trading AMC, I didn't trade it, and then it, did all this, and I could have made whatever, and I didn't. And it's just so easy to FOMO in, and because you're having a hard time trading one name, you jump over and you trade something else, and then you lose in that because you're FOMO and you're trying to make money. You're not trying to identify if you're longing something at the end of a move into resistance. You're not looking at some of these different things, and you're just, you're literally trading off of FOMO, off of fear, off of the fear that you can't make money, that you're not a good trader, that, all the things that kind of come into your head, and that is what's driving your trades. That's what's driving your need to trade. That's that you're forcing it. You're almost like trying to assert your power, your will over the market, as opposed to just riding the wave. You're a surfer. You're not, you're not Poseidon. You're not shaping, if Greek mythology, like you're not the one that's making the waves go. You're not God. Instead, you're just someone that's surfing the waves. The market's gonna happen, dude. Later, Naveen. Have a good family night. Yo, we gotta meet up. I'll message you. I want to meet up soon. I'm selling this house and I'll be moving in June, so gotta meet up in the next week or two. I'm not leaving in the next week or two, but we'll definitely meet up. So, for just the psychology stuff, my thoughts on it is that, and that's what's kind of keeping me sane, because I really hate sitting down and feeling like you can't make money in a market. And some people have said that to me, and I felt that way too recently. It's like, man, I just cannot get this. I just cannot be consistent. It's like I'm doing something, and this price action is just sucks. This price action is just horrible. This is miserable. And it's not that you can't make money, but it's like even when you're making it, it's like, this is hard. It's like, this is annoying. They're not going where they should. Like, this should be breaking down. Okay, 10 minutes later, it broke down. Okay, the third or fourth time it went through the trigger, it went. It's like, for crying out loud, you stupid mess. Like, do this the first time. And you start feeling that way. And you start getting frustrated. And you start having just like, it should do this. Once you start getting to the kind of that, like, over frustrated part, and not just feeling the frustration, but when the frustration is actually guiding your trading, you've tilted and you're already kind of gone in a sense. So it really it takes that discipline on an intraday level and waking up in the morning, and that's why I was kind of that's why I said that this morning. And I was like, this is what it is. Like, it gapped up and it was happening. I kind of expect the same thing that happened yesterday, and it was chop fest, and basically just got chopped up. And I had a better day than yesterday, but I was like, just got just a choppy day, and I just felt like I couldn't catch moves. Like, this was a good trade. I'm in the trade. It was like the Facebook trade last week. That loss, I was like, I'm in that trade. And I haven't been doing a lot of trades. I haven't been doing very many trades just because I don't like them. And I don't like the setups, and so my amount of trades I've done has sized down massively, and I haven't had a lot of big winners, and I haven't had a lot of big losers. I scalp around and just like not finding stuff. When I do enter for the longer positions on a second leg of a move, a lot of times it's failed or it doesn't hit my target, and it doesn't even go halfway to target. Something happens in the market that drags it down. I'm just like, ugh. So all that to say, this is just normal. In my opinion, this is just a cycle of the market. And are you able to trade intelligently? Are you able to be smart and find something that's working? Are you able to stick to your guns and trade smart? Yeah. Nothing wrong with that, Con. I do the same thing sometimes. Like, I'm like, I believe what JR is saying, or Kelly, or somebody else is saying here, but I don't see it. It's like what I'm looking at tells me the stock's going in the other direction. I have to listen to myself. At least now. It's like I have to look at it. It's like, yeah, okay, I want to see what he's seeing. So I might like suspend what I think. It's like, I'm not going to take this because I don't see it. But that doesn't mean I'm going to go against him. It's like, I'm just going to wait. I'm going to watch. I'm going to see if I can spot it. And I'm going to see if I can spot it the next time. So I kind of use this stuff as a learning opportunity to how to trade these hard markets. There once was a time when you had a gap up in a name. It just ran all day. It's like, yeah, it gapped up, and now it's going to shoot up. Right now, stuff's gapping up, and it's just a chop sideways. The move happens in the pre-market, and there's no move for us day traders because even the down move is choppy. Especially if you're trying to scalp it as opposed to you're just holding to a level, which is generally speaking what we do. Not entirely, but so yeah, thoughts, questions. I may take some time off this week because I'm prepping to go down to Georgia, doing all of that. I'm not sure how much I'll trade. I'm thinking about holding myself to like a 5 trade limit just for fun for the week. Just like, you know what? Trade 5 trades and log off. JR is amazing. I need to see if he wants to come back on the show in the next week or two. I'm limited on time this week. Otherwise, I'd ask him this week. Maybe Friday. Well, I'll see if CT wants to come on. I'll see what JR has going on and what some other people have going on, but we'll see. I definitely gotta have somebody on. I like to see. I know want to have Peacock back on, some other guys on. But yeah, I'll see if JR can come back on. See if Eddie wants to come on, and we'll kind of run through the cycle and have some people talk about months and stuff. And for me, getting past this home selling stage and moving to the next one's a big mental like offload for me. especially when it comes to like the amount of money I need or anything like that. It's like all that stuff is kind of getting reset. So once I'm kind of set now in this, it's like a now I know. It's like, hey, you really don't have to make that much. You just have to do this. You're not going to have a surprise bill. You're not going to have this. Like, you just have to do this. You're fine. You got your money set aside. You got all this. There's nothing. And so I'll have kind of a mental relief when it comes to how I some of the stuff. So I think I'll trade better next month. I also think the market will probably be better next month. Maybe it won't be, but I'm hopeful that it will be. Just my thoughts. I don't have a lot of general insight because I haven't done a lot as far as the strategies go. What I talked about on the last show still kind of holds. Everything that I've said, that's the only way I've had success in my trades is buying. So it's like if it's going up, I have had success buying the bottom. If that, then it's worth doing the show. Graph. If I can help one person save your mind or save your energy to where you don't blow out, then I've done my job. Yeah, if yeah, I doubt I'll trade tomorrow. I might still do a show. I'll see. If I do, it'll be one with somebody else. So I'll see if somebody else wants to come on and talk, and maybe do another interview. Um, I don't think I'm going to trade tomorrow. I think I'm just going to go golfing, and just to kind of give myself that break and kind of celebrate closing on the home and some other stuff like that. But there's money to be had there. And when I talked about buying, like, I did one or two calls that worked in Tesla, and I did a few that didn't. But how I called that, some of those and those levels, that's still how I'm trading. It hasn't changed because that's really been the only thing that works. Finding these 15-minute pivot levels and stuff for scalps, not for swings because the market's choppy. Like in Square, 5 and 15-minute pivots, not in Square. You know, has kind of been something that has worked for me. Trading on larger time frames when I see things setting up, watching larger time frames like hour breakouts. Peacock called I don't know if he called it. Thanks, Jess. Um, I don't know if he called it when he entered, but he called it the trade. It was like a 21 2-minute into a 5-minute into an hour breakout. Like those portals have worked really well for me as far as things that working in the market right now. Stochastics have been working really well. I agree. Stochastics are my number one tool for entering and for holding off. Especially like if I'm only limiting myself, which I did today, limit myself. It's like I'm not going to take this until the 1 minute stochastic hits. It saved me so much money from like false breakouts. I really just wait for the stochastic setup for the entry, and if it goes without me, I miss it. And I've got my 9 charts. And I'm sitting here looking at my 9 charts on my 1 minute, and I have a 2-minute chart when I switch to that one with the stochastics on it. And my entry comes when the stochastic sets up right, and I get that curl. That's the 1-minute scalp breakout. And I don't care if on the 9 names I'm looking at, I only take one trade every 10 minutes or every 15 minutes. Because if I wait for the right trade and I get a 20 cent, 50 cent pop on 10 contracts, that's 20, $200, $500. Yeah, I'm not, racking it in, bringing in the banks. But I just sit there and watch the stochastics, wait for them to set up, wait for them in the queues. It's like when the queue stochastic times up with a hit on like 21, like you have right here on the top, with that's at the bottom, and you have that, and then it starts bouncing. I could scalp the queues there for 10 cents. I could buy 10, 20, 30 contracts of the queues, 10 cents up, sell. Or you could actually ride the stochastic out if you wanted to. And I've just been doing stuff like that. Very small conviction, very, very small size, base hits, nothing incredible. I haven't posted too many incredible days for my quote-unquote standard, which is kind of dumb to have a standard, but for what I'm used to. And I've been fine. Just base hit. Wait for the stochastic, not bending, not scalping. waiting. Here it is. Boom, perfect setup, stochastic setup, off of a VWAP or off of a moving average, or in Google when the Qs are popping, or the Qs stochastics are setting up, Google stochastic setting up. I'm going to take a little pop, boom, I'm up 50 cents, sell, PI, I got 50 cents to $1 on 5 contracts, and you do take some losses in there and you don't bat 100, but those kind of start adding up, and that's what I've been doing to make money. That's the only way I've made money, is just that small scalps on stuff like that, noticing those portals when you have 1 minute into 2 minute, and then you have a stochastic setup, or you have a green takes red on the 2 minute chart. Like, I'm going to scalp this. When you enter it, you sell half and you let the other half run, and then you sell. And it's not big moves, because the ATR on names has been dropping like dramatically. The ATR on these names have been like, every name but Amazon had under $1 ATR, and even Google had under $1, at $1 ATR at one point today. And Amazon had $2, and Tesla had like $1. Like, it's been garbage, and it takes forever for moves to happen. So timing that perfect entry on these slow moves for that quick scalp, that's all I've been doing. Like, how have I made money? How am I still being consistent and flat? A few green days thrown in there, not massively, dumping everything. That's it. No real size, and stringing together a bunch of base hits. It doesn't look like much at the time, but you look up and like, oh, I'm up $2,000. Why consistency matters. Like, my favorite slide. And thanks so much for Curbster, or Little Curbster, I think, who did that one. The why consistency matters. Who just threw that together, and you look at it and you're like, oh, you're like, man, I'm just sitting here making this, and it's barely anything. And then you look at the end of the day and you're up $1,500, and you like, man, but sometimes I make that on one trade in Tesla, and you're pissed off or whatever, and you don't feel like you did good. Yeah, but you think about it, that's not a bad salary for the year. And yeah, it sucks having to make it like one little thing at a time, but boo freaking who, You still have the ability to do that sitting at a computer clicking buttons, where you can get off and go play golf when you want to, and go do whatever. You don't have to play golf. I'm just throwing an example. You could jiu-jitsu and spend time with your family, your kids, all this other type of stuff. Or you could be toxic and pissed off that the move happened without you, and the market's choppy, and you have a sub $1 ATR on everything, and you're only making 5 cents a trade instead of 50 cents to $2 a trade. I mean, either way, it's going to happen. Either way, you're going to what up, Corey? Either way, you're going to be trading, and if you're going to be trading, what mindset is going to be most effective to make you money? What mindset is going to help you stay consistent and stay in this job? Is going to give you the mental and physical capital to trade today, to trade tomorrow, to trade all of that. The one where you come in with the expectation and pissed off that the market didn't do it, so you're going to slam, you're going to make your money or whatever it is. And then, okay, now you're down $5,000, now $10,000. Like Jay says, now your day is done, now the week's done, and now you just gave your month back, and son of a gun. It does. Yeah, it'll be very quick. You'll look back and you'll look at the chart and you're like, dang, it's full. And it's the same thing with your winning days. Like, again, sometimes it doesn't seem like much, but you start stringing together winning days and you look back and you're like, oh man. And the problem is, sometimes when you look back and you see where you're at now, you start changing your mindset and you start sizing up and you start taking more risk on your trades than what got you there. And you change what got you consistent. So what got you consistent and good, you change it because you start seeing money, and you start doubling up and taking more aggressive stance and holding and giving trades more room than they deserve, or letting bad trades go. And that's the danger when you start making the money. But that small, consistent base hits and trades, letting those add up, that's what's going to get you there. That's what's going to get you there and keep you there, in my humble opinion. And you can take that or leave that, but that's what's going to that's what I've noticed gets you there. And when you get away from that, that's when you're going to start having trouble. And that's when the trouble's going to seep in and it's going to start getting to you. Small, consistent stuff adds up over time. Flashy flashy, a hot fire burns out the fastest. You know, the harder the fire, the quicker it's going to burn out. Sometimes just let it go. Be consistent. Amen. Still $900. You trade okay today? Good. Good. I'm glad you called a name in Tesla. All right, I'm glad you got something. It's all about that. Those green days, small days, green and all that. They'll come. It was super whippy. Very annoying. Incredibly annoying. But yeah, so I'm going to force myself to do that. I might limit myself to like 5 trades a day or something for the week. Because next week we start the next month. Actually, this week we start next month. And I've got, closing. I won't be trading Friday for sure, unless it's Friday afternoon. I won't be trading tomorrow. Might trade Thursday. We'll see. I might just take the week off, or I might sit down and call some stuff and do a few trades. But I don't think I'm going to do much this week. I think I'm going to let the market digest. I'm just going to close on my house, get past this stage, and then step into the next one, knowing I don't have to trade. Step there and be like, okay, let's be smart. Let's take good trades. Let's find some intelligent setups. And I'm just going to go through all of that. And I think that's going to be my strategy for the week. I will try to do a show. Can't promise one tomorrow. But whether it be Thursday, I'll definitely try to do one on Friday. Friday Fireside will do a week review. I'll have some people on. It won't just be me. But yeah, we'll have somebody on, and we'll have some fun and do an interview. If the rest of the highwaymen can't come by, then I'll have JR see if he can come on, or Eddie can come on, and we'll see what we can do. If you do like this stuff, if y'all got questions, I'll take them, or any comments and stuff, we can throw it in there. But to help, if you guys like what I do, throw a like in the video, share, subscribe. I'd love to continue to grow and get the channel to around 1,000. We're close to 500 now. We'll see if we can hit 500 by the, I don't know. What should be a goal to hit 500? We got like 50 left, I think, to get to 500 subscribers. You think next month maybe, if I throw out enough content, we can get there? April, I'm going to be in the middle of moving some stuff next month. April or May, I think we can hit 500. So, I don't know, maybe next month. But I'm excited. So if you guys do like the stuff, leave that. If you got questions for me, I'll take them. If not, we'll wrap the show up. But I'm excited for the market. I think we're going to have a good month of April. I really am. We're kind of rallying. Who knows what happens overseas? Who knows what happens in the war? But all I'm going to do is chill. If you build it, yep. I haven't watched that movie in forever. But if you do have people that are looking to get into trading and stuff, and want to get some honesty and some honest reviews, I think the traders that we have in here, and I think a lot of the stuff we have here is real. A lot of the stuff people post is real, sharing winning and losing days and their consistency and what they're looking for and things that work and don't work. I like it. I think a lot of people have I think a lot of people in here are really good, and I really love this community. I love you guys. I love trading with the people here. It's a big reason why I love doing this and why I like doing why I love this job. The people around you, even though I'm not with you guys all the time, it's still a blast. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be some people that come over from that. I'm sure there'll be some people that come over from that. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the next month. I'm excited for what this year has. Who knows if it's going to be as good as last year or as worse. All I know is I'm just going to continue to try to be consistent. I'm going to try to manage expectations when I sit in. If you come to the market and the level doesn't happen, or you have this big gap up and your plan isn't able to happen now, adjust, wait for the market to see what it is. You got people around you telling you if the market is good or not. Wait for those things to set up. And you don't have to trade. There's nothing wrong with not trading. Absolutely nothing wrong with stepping away and doing a few trades or none. It can't be about the money. It has to be just about good trades. and you need to decide for yourself if you can make or find a good trade. So that's just my thoughts, my idea for the night. My little ramble. If I had anything worth showing, I'd show it. There's not much as far as videos or anything that I think are overly valuable that I've done as far as watching the trades that I've taken. But I'll do a trade review show in the next week or so. Probably next week. I'll be back at it strong next week. So I'll do a trade review show next Wednesday, maybe, if y'all are good with that, Monday or Wednesday. So we'll definitely do that. Moonshine. Haven't had moonshine in a while. But thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate y'all. You're the best. I will see you all tomorrow if I'm on. Might not be on, but at least when I get back, I'll come on and in the afternoon. Hope you guys trade well. Trade smart. Find good trades. Find something that's working. It's okay. The market's not always going to give you what you want. Accept it. Accept what's in front of you. Don't try to force it. Find the trades. If you can't trade, at least try to learn, adapt, find something that's working, size down. You don't have to make money every day. You have to make smart trades. See you guys next time.